Despite his best effort to please her, Kwame could never seem to win Adanna's approval. He became a shadow of his former self, downtrodden and ashamed. Even his own children began to lose respect for him, mimicking their mother's disdainful attitude towards their father. Once upon a time, in a small village, nestled among the rolling hills of Africa, there lived a woman named Adanna and her husband Kwame. Adanna was known throughout the village for her sharp tongue and domineering nature. She ruled over Kwame with an iron fist, constantly belittling him and making him a laughingstock among their neighbors. From the moment they were married, Adanna made it clear that she was the one in charge. She would scold Kwame in front of others, criticizing everything he did and never missing an opportunity to humiliate him. Kwame, a gentle and kind-hearted man, bore his wife's insult with stoicism, hoping that one day she would change her ways. However, as years passed, Adanna's behavior grew worse. She would berate Kwame for the slightest mistake, whether it was burning the food or forgetting to mend a hole in his shirt. Their neighbors would shake their head in pity, whispering behind their hands about the poor man who was married to such a shrew. Despite his efforts to please her, Kwame could never seem to win Adanna's approval. He became a shadow of his former self, downtrodden and ashamed. Even his children began to lose respect for him, mimicking their mother's disdainful attitude towards their father. One day, tired of being the laughingstock of the village, Kwame decided to seek advice from the village elder, Mama Nkechi. He poured out his heart to her, telling her of his struggles with Adanna and how he felt powerless to change his situation. Mama Nkechi listened carefully to Kwame's tale and nodded sagely. She had seen many couples like Adanna and Kwame in her years as the village elder, and she knew that something had to be done to set things right. With Mama Nkechi's guidance, Kwame devised a plan to confront Adanna and demand the respect he deserved as her husband. He spoke to her calmly but firmly, telling her how her behavior had hurt him and their family. At first, Adanna was taken aback by Kwame's newfound assertiveness, but as he spoke, she began to realize the error of her ways. Tears streaming down her face, Adanna begged Kwame for forgiveness, promising to change her ways and treat him with respect he deserved. Kwame, ever the forgiving soul, embraced his wife, relieved that their ordeal was finally over. From that day forward, Adanna and Kwame lived happily together, their relationship strengthened by the trials they had endured. They became a shining example to the other couples in the village, teaching them that true love and respect were the foundations of a strong marriage. As the days passed, Adanna made a conscious effort to change her ways. She no longer raised her voice at Kwame or belittled him in front of others. Instead, she treated him with kindness and respect, appreciating his efforts and contribution to their family. Kwame, in turn, blossomed under Adanna's newfound attitude, With his wife's support and encouragement, he regained his confidence and self-esteem. He became more involved in the village community, volunteering his time to help those in need and sharing his wisdom with the younger generation. Their children, who had once looked upon their father with scorn, now admired him for his strength and resilience. They saw how much their parents loved and respected each other, and they vowed to emulate their example in their own lives. As word spread throughout the village of the transformation in Adanna and Kwame's relationship, their story became a source of inspiration and hope for others. Couples who had been struggling with similar issues sought their advice, eager to learn the secrets of their success. Mama Nkechi, the village elder, watched with pride as Adanna and Kwame's love story unfolded. She knew that their journey had not been easy, but she also knew that it has been worth it. Through their perseverance and determination, they had shown the power of love and forgiveness to heal even the deepest wounds. And so, Adanna and Kwame lived happily ever after, their bond stronger than ever before. They continued to face life's challenges together, knowing that as long as they had each other, they could overcome anything that came their way. As Adanna and Kwame's story continued to spread throughout the village, it reached far beyond its borders, inspiring couples in neighboring villages and even its distant towns. People from all walks of life were touched by the tale of Adanna's transformation and the strength of Kwame's forgiveness. Soon, their story became a symbol of hope and renewal, celebrated in songs, poems, and even theatrical performance. Adanna and Kwame were invited to share their experiences at gatherings and events, where they spoke eloquently about the power of love to overcome adversity. Their newfound fame brought them closer together as they traveled side by side, spreading their message of hope and healing to all who would listen. They visited schools, community centers, and even prisons, sharing their story with anyone who needed to hear. The moral of the story is that true love knows no bound and that forgiveness has the power to heal even the deepest wounds. Adanna and Kwame's journey reminds us that no matter how dark the night may seem, there is always a glimmer of light on the horizon waiting to guide us home.